So about that dying at 27 story I was talking about. So a few months ago, so what month are we in? April? Are we in April? Still? So in March, not a couple months ago, last month, it was the beginning of March. I was hanging out with some friends out in Santa Fe, Texas. If you don't know where that is, it's inconsequential to the story. It was in the middle of nowhere. Country, hanging out with country boys, doing country boy stuff. If you couldn't tell, I don't live in the country. I wasn't even wearing boots at the time, so I really have no claim to fame there. Anyway, I was hanging out with them. They were grilling some food. Everything was going good. We were drinking some pretty good whiskey. Then I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said he had heard some bad news. Turns out a dear friend of mine and former bandmate had passed away. And that was pretty hard to hear. And the big thing was, I was about an hour away from my house. So of course I was faced with the situation. Do I stick around, try to still be personable, just try to keep living my life because that's the way they would have wanted it, the whole cliche there. I tried to stick around, and I did. So fast forward a few hours, a few more drinks in, again hanging out with country boys, out in the country, doing country boy shit. They decided it would be a good idea to go off-roading. There was a pasture right behind the host's house. So he said, hey, let's all go get into the Jeep. So we did. They used the term rampage. I didn't know what that meant. I thought it was just like, hey, let's just drive kind of fast and have fun. That's not what that meant. So, right before we're about to actually start driving, I'm doing my safety check, it's like everything's good, I'm actually in the seat, everyone's fine. Seatbelt. Hey man, seatbelt doesn't work. Alright, let's go. So he starts driving, about 50 miles per hour to pasture, in a Jeep. I'm in the back seat, back right. Hit a few bumps, I hit my head, it was fine, no big deal. Had a little headache afterwards. Then he decides to do a J-turn. Anyone know what a J-turn is? It's when you go fast as hell and then cut the wheel immediately to where you turn around completely, do a 180. I didn't know what that was before. So yeah, that was a surprise to me. Although something unexpected happened when he did that J-turn. The Jeep flipped over. And of course me, no seatbelt, kind of flew all over the place. When I saw the Jeep afterwards, really I'm incredibly lucky to still be alive. And just with the fact that I had to deal with a friend of mine dying earlier that day, and even though some may not see it quite this way, but kind of facing my own mortality right then also, it made me put things in perspective, and then I wrote this song about a week afterwards. It's called Son of the Sad Soul. And if I may do a shameless plug, it's the title track of my EP, the band's EP, coming out soon.